YouTube, hello, here we are. We're resuming our journey through the main story quest of Final Fantasy XIV with Heavensward 3.1. As goes light, so goes darkness. Possibly the other way around. I don't remember what the name of the patch is. But yes, this is continuing the story on after the end of Heavensward. It should be a lot of fun. I don't know if this is going to be 2 VODs or 1 VOD, depending on how long we play. So we'll just see. I'm sure you'll have figured it out because you're watching the VOD right now. Hopefully. Well, you should be. Anyway, let's get into it. Right. So, here we are. I have transferred some monies from my main character in order to get a halfway decent outfit. So we've also switched, playing a lot more Dragoon right now. So we'll be doing that, I think, throughout this patch. We'll see how it goes eventually, but I'm trying to play a little bit more melee DPS on this character. An uncertain future, huh? Let's dive in. Fortuitous timing, as always, Lux. Tataru was about to brief me on a search for the missing comrades. If you would be so kind, then. Absolutely. You'll be pleased to hear that Riol and his men have been making excellent progress. You remember how Flamen helped me to escape the Crystal Braves in Limsa Laminsa, only to then disappear? Well, according to Riol, she crept aboard the ship bound for Radzat Han. Oh wow, we're talking about Radzat Han all the way back here. Okay, that's fun. I didn't realize. Where she's been hiding ever since. He assures me that it won't be long before we're reunited. As for Ida and Papalimo, the remains of their link pearls have been found. And in Pearl Lane, of all places. Riol thinks they must have disposed of them after escaping from the Royal Promenade. Yes, that would make sense. They could not risk being eavesdropped on by our betrayers. We're all but certain they fled the city shortly after, though we still don't have a clue as to where they went. I see. And what of Thancred and Minfilia? I'm afraid I've got nothing new to share on those two. But it's not all doom and gloom. The good news is we've enlisted the services of a Charlean scholar, one of the students of Baldesion, to aid in the search, who should be arriving any day now. Wonder who that is. One of the students, you say? I should very much like to meet this scholar, if time permits. But we must first attend to a more pressing matter. Sir Emmerich has summoned the 2 of us for a private audience. The messenger did not specify what he wished to discuss, only that it was urgent. Assuming you've no objections, Lax, I suggest we proceed to the congregation forthwith. And mayhap we can meet with this scholar afterwards. Agreed? Yeah, sounds good. In that case, I think I'll return to the Forgotten Knight, and for now, things are liable to fall apart if I'm gone too long, you know. Considering like how kind of throwaway Tataru was in base game, I just love what they've done with her throughout Heavensward and onwards. She's a very fun character. I definitely clicked the wrong place. Alright, Emmerich's... this is the wrong section. There we go. Alright. Let's go see a man about a thing. I'm also trusting that my microphone is working properly. I recently reset the, came up with new settings for my noise gate. So.
Thank you for coming. I wish to speak with you both in a place where privacy was assured.
Oh, is that no? Is that to Oh, right, new PC. Options, voice dialogue only. Yes. No, sorry.
We quite understand. What was it that you wished to discuss?
Emmerich?
With my father's passing, the seat of the Archbishop lies vacant. And so, in accordance with canon law, I have assumed his responsibilities. I should stress that this is a temporary measure. It was never intended that the Lord Commander of the Temple Knights serve in this capacity indefinitely.
Sure.
Quite the opposite. The statutes specify that I should surrender my powers as soon as a conclave of the senior clergy and the high houses have named a new archbishop. But in light of recent events, that would not seem appropriate.
Sure.
I confess I did not expect you to divulge quite so much quite so soon. The details of the Archbishop's plans, perhaps, but the true origin of the war and all it entails?
I too had concerns. But when the Warrior of Light is witnessed returning to the capital upon the back of a dragon, one's options are rather limited.
Fair.
Mayhap I could have concealed certain details, but for how long? And at what risk? Should the truth have come to light in the meantime, how would the people have viewed my silence?
Yeah, absolutely.
After 1,000 years of lies and secrecy, I could not well abuse their trust and hope to be believed.
Yeah.
The time for deception has passed. I only wish the people agreed. That some would deny the truth I had anticipated, but not this many. And among the few who acknowledged that my father had to be stopped, no small number questioned our methods.
Well, of course.
If they suspect a coup, it will not be long before some turn to violence.
It has already begun, and that on both sides. Men and women of the cloth are being harassed in the streets. Some have even been assaulted in the Broom. Hilda and her people have formed a watch to help us maintain order, but such measures will not prevent the unrest from spreading.
For all our talk of peace, the people remain frightened and confused. For their sake, we must bring the Dragonsong War to a definitive end.
How you gonna do that?
And we should be glad to help you, Sir Emmerich. But what precisely would you have us do?
There you go.
We wish to treat with the dragons of Annex Trine. To that end, I would trouble you for an escort and an introduction.
Fair enough.
Annex Trine? You would speak with Vidofnir, then?
We must needs open a dialogue between our peoples. Acting as my representative, Lucia will extend an invitation to their leader, that she might visit us here in Ishgard. Were she still with us, I would of course have beseeched Isel's assistance in this matter.
Right.
But as she is not, I must ask that you aid us in her stead. Will you do us this favor?
I got nothing else going on. And this coat cost me 500,000 gills, so sure.
Thank you, my friends. Lucia, I leave the rest to you.
All right. Off we go.
In the wake of the Archbishop's fall, the nation of Ishgard trembled, the faith of her people shaken to its very core.
Oops.
For
There we go.
1,000 years had they fought and died, certain of the justice of their cause, only to be told that their holy war was born of the sins of their forefathers.
Almost like it was an unholy war, huh?
What then for those brave men and women, thus stripped of their righteousness but to despair, to deny the truth and decry its speakers?
Such a great narrator.
And what then for those whom they defamed but to hope on, to have faith in a brighter tomorrow? A tomorrow in which man and dragon might live together in harmony, then as distant as the very stars in the heavens.
I just love how all their architecture is built around spears. It's very silly.
Yet while we dared to hope, deep within his lair the enemy lay, gathering his strength. Nidhogg, now possessed of his 2 eyes and the body of the Azure Dragoon, prizes to which he had laid claim at the very hour of the hero's triumph. As desperately as we sought the solace of peace, the great worm craved the misery of war. Nor was he alone in his misbegotten desire.
It's an interesting hybrid, but not a design I particularly like. I'm gonna be honest. The dragon designs in this game are not my favorite. That's for sure. But the characters are pretty good. So, as long as the writing's decent, I think I can kind of make do with anything. I'm paranoid checking my mic like every time I speak now. I'm very, very afraid of accidentally having some bad audio, not recording some things. This door, gotcha. I don't know why I got so confused about where the exit was here. Alrighty. Forgotten Night. Those are some glowy arms. Oh, that's not... Okay. That's a paladin stood on top of Tataru. I'm like, who am I talking to? The best part is this person can't see what I'm seeing, so she has no idea that Tataru's even there. Back to where I was, because that's how MMOs work. Which was right here. There we go. Oh, right. I do like the new like choice screen that comes up if you forget to make a choice. It's like very much highlights like, hey dummy, click the thing. All right. Good old TP zoom in. I was a little ways away. Ooh. Appropriate mount. Yeah, you guys will have to let me know if you want me to do the raid series stories as well, or if we should just stick to the main stories. Because I'm a little torn on it. I don't know if I want to do it or not. But if people would like to go through the raid series, we have Alexander available, as well as Sky Pirates and all that nonsense. So just either drop a comment or let me know somewhere else, and we'll consider doing that. Because I would like to be doing a lot of Final Fantasy XIV content, and I can't really raid 24/7, so being able to do some MSQ is, you know, about what we can do. Not to mention, I just really like the story in the game. I think just about every story is pretty darn good. I don't know if I'll go back and redo ARR, but hey, you know, Thou art ever welcome here, friend of Ysel. But this one I do not know. Pray, forgive us this unsanctioned visit, Vidofnir. May I present to you Lucia, the first commander of the Temple Knights of Ishgard, and our trusted friend. It is an honor to meet you, Vidofnir. I am come as envoy of Sir Emmerich, the Lord Commander of the Temple Knights, and acting leader of the Holy See. Indeed, you may speak, knight. For 1,000 years, man and dragon have been locked in an endless cycle of bloodshed and sorrow. To our shame, we long believed our kin to be the architects of... your kin to be the architects of this war. But now we know the truth. That King Thordan and his knights 12 did willfully betray and murder the great worm Ratatoska, who definitely was not a squirrel, shattering the peace between our peoples. For 1,000 years, our leaders conspired to conceal this truth, a truth which was last laid bare by the Warrior of Light, the Azure Dragoon, and Ysel. Alas, a deception so intricately wrought cannot be undone in a moment, and our people labor to accept the truth. After an eternity of war, who would dare to dream that peace could at last be within our grasp? Yet dream we must, as Ysel did once did, and we must make that dream a reality, as she could not. We humbly beseech you, Vidofnir, join hands with us in friendship once more, before the eyes of my people in Ishgard. A most unexpected invitation. I have heard your request, knight. However, I cannot yet give you mine answer. May I ask why? This matter concerneth my sire. He must needs be consulted. Moreover, the Nath grow bold even as they did before, and I would not leave my people at the mercy of the swarm. Then we will wait. After 1,000 years at war, we shall not give up on peace for want of patience. Ha! Fear not, knight. Thou shalt have mine answer within thy lifetime. So soon? My humble thanks. I shall bear your words to my lord forthwith, until we meet again. That was actually a really, really fun little back and forth. I wish that was voiced, actually, because I think there could have been some nuance to that could have really helped. Considering that the models don't really do facial expressions very well, so it's difficult to kind of get that sort of dry wit between characters. Given the circumstances, I would say that went rather well. To be frank, I am surprised our proposal was not rejected outright. Whether aught will come of it remains to be seen, however. Mayhaps I should take this opportunity to speak with some other dragons. But you need not wait for me. The return journey holds no fear for me now. Well, if you have no further need of our services, we shall continue on to Sharlayan. We hope to welcome a scholar who has agreed to aid us in the search for our missing comrades. Then I pray your journey will be swift and uneventful as ours was, and thank you again for sparing the time to assist us, even with such grave matters, even when such grave matters remain unresolved. I can think of no greater matter than a 1,000-year war, one which our friends gave their lives to see ended. Suffice it to say, I would be willing to make 1,000 such journeys to ensure that their sacrifice was not in vain. Of that I have no doubt, Master Alfino. I only hope the fates will not hold you to your word. I've always liked Lucia as well. She's been a pretty good character. I do wish that, I mean, I hate to be one of those, you know, I need to be a shipper here, but I also wish they would just freaking push the romance between her and Emmerich. I think they could make a really good couple, and I think they just really need a side story to kind of push that along. I think that'd be great. I'd be all for it. I don't know what it would entail as far as like being a quest line in a video game, but I would do it. I would do it 1,000 times over. Hey, you're still up. Let's go meet the scholar. I know who it is. I can't imagine people being just super excited when this happened the first time. I know, like, I was excited and I didn't even know who she was. I didn't even know the reference, and I was excited when I saw her, so I can't imagine what it was like for anybody who was a massive fan of Final Fantasy V to see this character walk up. Had to be super, super just mind-blowing. There she is.
I'm terribly, terribly sorry to have kept you all waiting.
You need not apologize. We arrived but a moment ago ourselves. Pray, allow me to introduce Kryle, who has recently come from the Sharlayan motherland. She has generously offered to assist us.
Oh, please, think nothing of it. A trip to Eorzea was long overdue. You must be the Warrior of Light.
That's me.
Yes, you certainly do look the part. A pleasure to meet you at last, sir. And who is that I spy but young Alphino Levieux himself? I dare say someone's grown an ilm or two in my absence. Or are those lifts in your boots?
Definitely lifts.
We, Miss Kryle and I met at the Studium years ago. I shall forever be indebted to her for her sage guidance.
AKA, she schooled him.
It was no small task keeping him out of trouble, believe you me. The youngest ever to enter the Studium, him and his sister, 11-year-old prodigies. Suffice it to say, social graces were not among his list of talents. Striding up to his seniors on his first day, head held high. What was it he said again?
Thank you,
dear.
Kryle.
For what? I haven't finished yet. Would you care to attempt a more dexterous deflection?
Mayhap we should save this delightful conversation for a more fitting occasion, when pressing matters do not demand our undivided attention.
A bit much, but better. I can tell you have been putting your skills to use here in Eorzea. Henceforth, I trust you will dazzle me with your eloquence at the first time of asking.
Oh dear. I only wish she remained this sassy.
Right, on to more pressing matters. Finding Minfilia and the other missing scions.
Right.
I gather you have new information to share with us.
A new approach, actually. Tataru recounted the tale of your escape, and it gave me an idea. Simply put, assuming Thancred left some manner of trail when you whisked him away, as is almost always the case with teleportation magics, I am confident I can find and follow it.
Okay.
Then what are you waiting for?
The wherewithal to do it, The fact is, my abilities aren't quite up to the task. Not in themselves, anyway. If I had Master Matoya's crystal eye, on the other hand...
Oh, easy enough.
Then let us all call on her forthwith. I think it best that you explain your plan to her in person.
Yeah, I really like this era of Kryl, man. Dawn Trail Kryl is like... Well, even in Endwalker, honestly, like, she loses so much confidence as the story goes on. We need something to really have her kind of, like, snap back and start to, you know... mess with people. Be confident. You know? I don't know. Because that conversation right there, like, she rocketed to, like, my favorite character in the game. Just from that one exchange. But... now I still enjoy her, but I don't know. She's a bit too timid right now. Even after taking up Picto, the most broken job in the game, she just doesn't really do that much. So I'm hoping she has some more oomph in the post game when that advances. Which we'll see. I think I'm probably gonna, when I eventually get to it, I'll be replacing the current VODs I have up. Because the 7.1 that I did, I had to change my microphone settings because of it, because I was talking so quietly into the mic that it was just dropping. It wasn't recording anything, so I was just like, sentences were being cut off.
Oh, is that trouble I smell? Or did you forget to wipe your boots on the way in?
Forgive us, Master Matoya. We will be sure to wipe them on the way out. And may I say how glad I am that age has not yet deprived you of your senses.
Ever so quick-witted, aren't we? To the detriment of your manners. Well, out with it then. What do you want?
Oh my gosh, this game has so many good characters. This dude.
Pray, allow me to introduce myself, Master Matoya. I am Kryl, of the students of Baldessian. I hope you will excuse our unannounced visit.
Baldessian, you say? Ah, yes. The old coot set up shop on the Isle of Val, didn't he?
Regrettably, our Order's headquarters and the Isle itself were obliterated by a magic of immense power. I have the blessing of light to thank for my own preservation.
Kryl, you too possess the Echo.
Well, yes, of course I do. Our Order is devoted to uncovering the mysteries of Hydaelyn and interpreting her will, particularly through the study of her gift to us. It was in the course of these studies that I met and subsequently befriended Minfilia. She and I have rather a lot in common.
Oh no, she's got no personality.
You weren't supposed to. Not that I wanted to deceive you, you understand, but precautions had to be taken.
Yes, that's all well and good, but you still haven't told me why you're here.
Fair.
The students of Baldessian are gone, and there is naught I can do to change that. But the science of the Seventh Dawn can yet be restored, and my dear friend found. You have in your possession an ancient crystal of light, one you call your crystal eye. I believe I can use it to focus my abilities and locate one of the missing scions.
And there I was, thinking you might want to make use of my years of experience. Oh, wait here.
Matoya's great, dude. She's great.
Long did I ponder the nature of this crystal and its familiar radiance, but never did I suspect it
That
was
is
a crystal of light.
not a sphere. That is a very jagged ball. Oh my gosh.
On the cusp of an umbral calamity, souls blessed with the power of the Echo invariably appear. To aid these her chosen warriors, Hydaelyn bequeaths to each a slither of her strength in the form of a crystal of light. But as her strength wanes, so too does the potency of her gifts. This crystal, born of an earlier era, is infused with a power far greater than those of this age.
Looks like it would also fit in her staff.
You could travel the length and breadth of the land and not find a crystal even a fraction as pure. Its value is beyond measure, as are the risks inherent in its use.
Nice. I like risks.
No two manifestations of the Echo are alike. I, for example, can converse with beings of every shape and size, excepting beasts, contrary to what others would have you believe. Language has nothing to do with it, of course. Rather, I am sensitive to the whispers of the soul.
Why have they
Hence,
never
by their
used
essence
this?
even, the traces of which serve to guide the elementals to Y'shtola. Far-fetched though it may sound, I believe that with your crystal eye, I may be able to pick up where they left off and follow the remaining trail to Thancred. That is, if I have your permission.
Well, the poor sod's not going to find himself. So, as long as you don't drop it or take it out of my sight, you may do with it what you will.
Nice.
Thank you, Master Matoya.
Sometimes all you gotta be is polite. Honestly.
Then let us begin.
Could you imagine doing that in real life? Just being able to just like shove out your hand and just like lights glow?
From the Black Shroud, the trail continues to the north and west, towards a mountain, the foot of Som Al. It was a near thing, but he was not deposited within the rock. I think.
Oh, that would have sucked if she teleported him into a solid object.
The hunters of Tailfeather know those lands well. I say we begin our search there.
We've got some ace cutscenes coming up. Great visuals. All right. I've also begun the unthinkable. I have commissioned an artist. Well, I'm not quite commissioned. I've contacted an artist about getting a PNG tuber of Lux. So we'll see. At the very least, I'll use it for like Discord, like, you know, images for other streamers or whatever, like Fuyi. But we might use that for this in the future as well. We'll see if it does better than the Maface cam, or maybe there's a day where I'm like feeling particularly gross and I don't want to be on camera. I could see doing that as well. But yeah. It would probably make me sad actually if people preferred me to not show my face. But I get it. The landscape is weird these days. It feels like you got to be special in order to be able to show your face on stream. Feels like the default is Default is the anime characters, man. Which is really sad considering we were going through this like interesting like phase where it was like, oh, you needed a green screen if you wanted to be professional looking, and then it was like, oh, well now like you don't want to be too professional. You want to be like, you want to really connect with your audience, and so you want to like just do like what we're doing right here. There's no green screen. It's just a shot of the room, and you try to make the room somewhat nice to look at, as well, to kind of bring your viewers into the stream. And now it's just like complete separation, and we're just a bunch of cartoon characters now. Seems like that's the thing. And it was like the whole thing, right, too, where it was like, for a long time, it was like you had to be somebody, like, originally nobody had face cams at all. There were no cameras, and then it was like, okay, well, if you were like someone from that era, you were big enough, you could get away with no camera, you know. Don't want that J.K. Rowling mold. That's fair. But we shall see. So, we're getting the same outfit I'm currently wearing on the kid in the game as well, so we'll see how that goes. Alrighty. Here we go. My apologies for the late arrival. We thought it was wise to question as many hunters as we could. There we go. Many have made camp in inaccessible locations, ideal for hunting game, and not for receiving visitors. Nevertheless, our time proved well spent. There have been countless sightings of an exceptionally glad Huron hunter with whom no one is familiar. Though none claim to see Hitman's face, his height and build match Thancred's description, as does his fighting prowess. So, you have heard the same tales. Be that as it may, we yet want for conclusive proof. Mayhap this is unrelated, but I heard a curious tale regarding a Vath trader. He came to Tailfeather in search of garments for a man of refinement, which seemed a rather curious description for one of his kind. You are implying that Thancred sent a Vath to market in his stead. Why would he not go himself? Well, if you recall, you yourself emerged from the live stream as naked as your name's day. It is a scene I shall never forget. Don't say that, Elf, you know! Is it now? Well, I was pleased to see you. I mean, it was a simple statement of fact. It stands to reason that Thancred found himself in the same predicament. In any case, if he had dealings with the Vath, they should be able to tell us now, no? Quite right, Kryl. Quite right. Let's let him stew. Show me your stream and wave at your camera until you command me to speak up in chat. That's fair. Did you say Kryl has no person? No. Minfilia has no personality. Therefore, she and Kryl have nothing in common. Sorry, that's what I was getting at. No, Kryl is amazing. We love Proud around here. Yeah. No, she's great. Love how sassy she is, especially back in this expansion. She's great. Great hunters, we welcome you once more to Loth Astvath. Okay. Whew. What do you seek this day? We seek a man with whom we were told you may have certain dealings. How curious. The hunters tire of goodly sport and pursue mortal prey. Oh, Lord. No, he is not prey. He is a friend long missing. Good. He has a friend to the Vath as well. One with whom we have traded many times. Truly? Are you quite certain it was this man? There is no doubt. The firstling's clothing, in skins, the fleshling clothed in skins, came to us from Samal, lost and weak. He offered meat and hides in trade, and in exchange, we tended his wounds. He brought us much flesh. So skilled a hunter was he, much flesh. But he asked us for garments. We were glad to provide them. And where is he now? Gone to Loth Asnath, not long ago. When he heard the One Mind had summoned our god once more. Ravana has returned. Vidofnir did say the Nath had grown as before. But what could Thancred hope to accomplish by himself? Honored leader, we thank you for your help. Would that we could repay this kindness ere we depart, but we must hasten to our comrades' aid. Go, great hunters. Let the Nath claim him as a sacrifice. Oh, lest the... Wow, that one letter is doing a lot of lifting. Lest the Nath claim him as a sacrifice. Oh, dear. Yeah. She's great. Alright, let's see, where are we? There we go. Yeah, if you notice any kind of like hesitation in the reading or orienting myself, it's because I'm legally blind, but we do what we can. So. All right, reorienting. There we go. Man, I'm very much looking forward to seeing Thancred's tale recounted. It's pretty great. Move this way. All right, we have a Gerskogel now. Super nice. Thanks. Bonk. There we go. Oh, it's right here. Lol. I love the music for the area too. It's really good.
Who else could be? Thancred. It could be Thancred. We must hurry.
Certainly could be. No, it's all good. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, right. Good to see you again, buddy. Yeah. Sort of shipping around. Oh my. There's I remember in Stormblood again there was a section where Alfredo notes Lisa's
we reclaim the reins of history.
outfit looking just perfect on her, and I'm like,
We rid ourselves of the
interesting.
Ascians forever.
Fools playing at heroes, all of you. Is this how you believe you can save your world?
I'm sorry, what?
We can and we will, Ascian.
This voice.
You shall see. Or perhaps you will not.
Oh man.
So you are the warrior of light. The savior of Eorzea.
Yep. How's it going?
It's a wonder you didn't come sooner. What with the primal and all. Lost a step, have we?
What's your problem?
The ether moves strangely around him.
It would seem we share a common enemy. Mayhap you would tell us who you are.
Shall we show them?
Meanwhile, Warrior of Light doing what this whole time? Oh, right, having a headache in the back. Yeah, that seems about right. Oh my gosh. I was not a fan of a Thancred in A Realm Reborn, and then this came along, and I still wasn't a fan of him, but I'm like, man, they're trying really hard to make me like this guy. I like Broody Thancred in Shadowbringers. I think he's really good there.
Not very sporting of you to interrupt.
Featuring Dante.
Mark well our faces, warrior of light. For we are the warriors of darkness.
Uh-huh.
Walkers of a different path. And we shall meet again.
Bro.
Warriors of Darkness? Really?
Yeah.
Thancred, are you all right?
I can't believe that his name is Ardbert. That is still one of those things that just blows my mind. Like, really, man? It's the best you got?
Pleasantries can wait. I'd rather not be here when the Nath arrive. Agreed?
Man, he doesn't even, like, sound normal. Interesting. He's a little higher pitched than I think he is in later expansions. Might have been one read. I don't know.
Suffice it to say, our reunion was not at all as I pictured it. Waiting until the last instant to join the fray. 'Tis plain you have not lost your appetite for the dramatic.
My appetite for the dramatic? Have you forgotten the circumstances of our parting? The heroic last stand, the tunnel filling with light, and then... Had I known you intended to use forbidden magics to deliver me to some god's forsaken wilderness, I would have thanked you in advance.
Thancred.
If nothing else, you might have warned me that I would emerge from the live stream in the altogether.
I love these shots, dude.
Eventually, I managed to fashion knives from some obsidian I found, and set about hunting for meat and hides. Given that
The
I'm
freaking
not all that
squirrel.
skilled in leatherworking, it's probably for the best that I met the Vath before I was reunited with you.
Oh, man.
So you were the fleshling clothed in skins of whom the storyteller spoke?
A description which fit me as ill as the skins themselves. Happily, I was able to trade with the Vath for garments better becoming a man of refinement.
Uh-huh.
From them, I learned of Ravana, and of the great warrior who had once laid him low.
They brought back the Dark Kid
Conclude that were you to track the Primal's movements, it would surely
Yeah, that
bring
was
you
really
into
funny.
contact with the Scions once more.
It seemed a reasonable assumption. I could think of no one else with your enthusiasm for slaying beastmen gods. Until now, that is.
Ah, yes. The self-proclaimed warriors of darkness. 'Tis only fitting that they stand in opposition to the warrior of light, I suppose.
I glimpsed the leaders past, if only for a moment. They were confronting a man in black. An Ascian, I think.
If these warriors are capable of doing battle with Ascians and Primals both, they must be possessed of powerful protection. Protection not unlike the Echo.
That's an interesting thought. How does that work? Well, they might have Ascian protection. That's probably what it is. I don't know. Blessed with the power of the Echo, and driven to put down primals. Despite his declaration that they walk a different path, I struggle to see how their goal conflicts with ours. Nor is that the only oddity. I find it passing strange that such exceptional individuals should have wholly escaped the notice until now. Surely we would have heard rumors of and attempted to recruit them to our cause. I recall no such adventurers, and I would not soon forget their like. Nor would any of us, I think. One of our primary duties was to scour the city-states for promising candidates, which is how I found Lux. Ah, the memories. It seems like only yesterday that you slew your first primal. Speaking of which, I have the distinct impression that I was not the first time that a band of merry men and women had killed a god. I labor to believe that a band of preternaturally gifted adventurers has been traveling land, slaying primals without our knowledge, 'Twould simply twould imply gross negligence on our part. Speculation will avail us naught. There is far too much we do not know. For the present, we must needs concentrate on what we do know. Namely, that Lord Ravana is no more. Vidofnir must be informed. The news may render her more receptive to Sir Amaric's invitation. Since you seem to have affairs well in hand here, I shall take my leave. Simply being in the vicinity of this colony is giving me a stinking headache. Striking would have worked too. If you have need of me, I shall be with Master Montoya. I would beg her assistance with the search for Minfilia. Wait, Minfilia is missing? I thought she escaped with Lux. I shall explain on the road. Much has happened in your absence. Yes, I am completely caught up with the story. So I've gone through Shadowbringers, I've gone through Dawn Trail, everything. You're kidding me. You can make the text boxes larger? I've been using Windows Zoom this whole time. I've been like zooming my entire desktop in on the thing so I could read them. I didn't realize I could make the text boxes bigger. Well, okay, yeah, I was thinking, yeah, Zodiac was thinking that as well, but I was just like, my initial thought was like, wait, is it because they're from another world? No. It's not that. But still. Yeah. It's funny too, because I think I played through Shadowbringers like 3 years ago now? It's been a while. I don't know. I started playing when Shadowbringers was like, I think on its last patch, I think, like in the in-between time. Yeah, you're good. I had not thought to see thee again so soon, mortal. If thou seekest the night, know that she has long since departed for Ishgard. My thanks, Vidofnir, but it was not for her that we came. We bring good tidings for you and yours. Lord Ravana, who has been summoned by the Nath, has again been laid low. Truly, once more you mortals have succeeded where mine own kind did fail. You have our deepest thanks. Would that we could take credit. The god fell by another's hand. Another? Revelation upon revelation. Regardless, it is cause for celebration. The Nath will have no choice but to withdraw. But to another matter, I have tidings for thee as well. Regarding the Ishgardian's invitation, as promised, I brought the matter to my sire. Hearken to his answer now. For 1,000 years I have mourned my beloved, who gave her life to forge a peace thy king betrayed. Such was my lot, until a child of Ishgard came unto me. For want of warmth, she wrapped herself in a dream. Yet the world will remember her deeds. For truth she fought. For justice she sinned. For redemption she sacrificed, and became as light. To follow one's heart, to have faith in one's convictions, to be it for weal, or be it for woe, such is the folly and the glory of man, and of dragon. He hath entrusted the choice to us, and we have made it. We will keep faith with you who walk in the light. Then you accept Sir Emeric's invitation? Let it be known that I, Vidofnir, shall journey unto Ishgard on behalf of my people. We are honored to have received your answer, and will convey your words to our allies without delay. Oh, I'll do that. That skipped it. I don't know why I just skipped it. Okay.
Even as the Scions celebrated the return of a long-lost friend, honorable men plotted to deprive them of another. Honorable men, to whom Sir Emmerich was no hero, but a scheming patricide. Honorable men who would fain wash the paving stones of foundation with the tyrant's blood. Honorable men whose knife in the dark was the spark which set the city aflame, and who sang as it burned.
Dang, what a pro. For Tom's actor is so good. Yeah, I'll try to figure out what was going on with that, like, off-stream later. For now, I can still zoom in using the Munoz magnifier, so I'm okay right now. But I'll definitely look into trying to figure out how to make the text boxes larger later on. Let's just... Oh, I can do it out of here. Okay. Scale window. Can you, like... Okay, this is maybe a bit large. I don't know if... I don't know if you... I mean, we could do that. I'm not sure if this would affect the ones in the actual cutscenes though. And these ones I tend to skip just because, like, meh. I kind of figure like any information that's going to be in these is going to be in actual cutscenes later. So I will look into that later on. It does affect all of them. Okay. Oh, actually no. Oh, unlucky. Yeah, I appreciate the thought though. And knowing that I can make those larger is also very interesting as well. So until then, we can keep doing the zoom thing, because that way it doesn't affect stream. People could just see it like normal, and I can literally jump to like 300% zoomed in wherever I want to see, and nobody's the wiser. So it's not too bad. It's just sometimes if I zoom in really close to get a nice big picture, the text box will go from my main screen all the way over to my other monitor over on the right side. Yeah. I kind of figure any major story beat's going to be like in these at least, so. You have returned. In this, at least, the fates are kind. Greetings, First Commander. It pleases me to inform you that Vidofnir has accepted Sir Emmerich's invitation. She has. These are glad tidings indeed. Would that the Lord Commander were here to hear them. Ah, is he otherwise engaged? Aye, sleeping off a knife to the gut. What? What happened? Will he live? The chirurgeons tell me he will make a full recovery. But had Lord Edmont and Lord Artoriel, right, not been on hand when the assassin struck, he would not have been so fortunate. For a mercy, they subdued the fiend before he could land a telling blow. The attack was just at the beginning, though. Not long after, buildings all round the city, including several of ours, burst into flame. Bastards caught us completely by surprise. We've been dousing the fires, but everyone we put out seems to tomb or start up. Casualties are mounting, especially in the Brome. 'Tis plain these fires were started by the assassin's conspirators. Until they have been rounded up, there will be no end to this. Will you help us find them? Then let's be about it. I can see that. The flames are spreading. We must needs begin our investigation immediately. Witnesses must be found. Suspects must be identified. Have you been able to determine the precise locations where these fires were set? Mayhap there is a pattern. If there is, we have yet to discern it. Fires have been reported throughout the city, in both the pillars and foundation. Indeed, given it the size and area affected, I think it best to divide our forces. Master Alfredo and Mr. Stiosola, I would have you take charge of the investigation and foundation. As you wish. Mayhap Tataru could be of assistance as well. Meaning Lux and me get to the pillars. Oh, they'll like me up there. Only question is, will the grizzled old rogues striking a pose over there be joining us? Thancred, of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, and I may say what a pleasure it is to meet you too, my lady. I'll bet. The name's Hilda. Scion, eh? And there I was, thinking I'd found a fellow ruffian amongst all these illustrative personages. I will remain here to coordinate the fire-quenching effort. If you learn aught of value, pray inform me immediately. That is all. While we could begin by sifting through charred rubble and questioning random passers-by, in my experience, every town has at least one individual who can be counted on to know things he or she should not. Oh, aye. The infamous Lord... Oh, Lord. Madeleine de Fauton, lover of women and wine, though neither care for him that much. Yeah. They say he could gossip, for Ishgard. Okay, that's good. Just the sort of fellow I had in mind. Capital suggestion, Lux. He'll be at the Crochet, most like, making an effort as to be seen. So let's go and see him. Oh. There wasn't any trouble with it, was there? I can't remember if I've changed the rules around that or not. Looks like they're fine, okay. I know like a while back, like when I first started streaming, I had like some bots with like rules about like links and things like that, like where they could come from, but it's okay. I see a link in chat, do you? Maybe it's being held, I'm not sure. I don't know. I do see one. What's it for? Grizzled, I will accept, but old? That said, Thancred. Bruh. You're very old. I would have to think about that. I'm a little... You have to understand, I'm a little leery about receiving gifts through Discord. Nothing against you in particular, just one of those things where you know, strangers with links on Discord could potentially lead to all kinds of things. Yeah. It's really sad. I remember the early days of the internet where it was a lot easier to just be like open and trusting if people weren't sending all kinds of random garbage. Can't be too careful these days. Okay. Where am I heading first? Let's see. Okay, can you posting stuff? That's fair. Come, my brothers and sisters. There is food and shelter enough for all in the Basilica. Alode's blessings be upon you, Father. I confess, we were not sure if we should come. There are so many unbelievable tales these days about the Archbishop and Sir Emmerich and the Javanians. Trust in your heart, brother, and pay no heed to the lies of lesser men. They only seek to lead you astray. Do you require succor as well, sir? So the Temple Knights have begun their investigation at last. Good. This madness has gone on for far too long. Would that I could do something to aid you in your search, but I have a duty to these poor souls. Farewell, and may the Fury guide your steps. Alrighty. It's funny. Yeah, it's just starting to get pretty cold here where I am as well. We haven't quite had our first real snow yet, but it's coming. It's coming. Probably in a couple days. Which I don't have it here. Unlucky. In part, I'm waiting on a delivery, actually. Oh, the lots of political machinations. You know, that too. That too. Oh, man. Yeah, that's fair. I think this actually will be closer. Oh, that's funny. Oh, well, yeah, must be nice. You get the reverse problem, of course, where it's just hot all the time, but, you know. Not all the time, but certainly gets very, very hot in summertime. Got a friend down... Trying to remember exactly where he's at. I think he's close to Houston. Well, fair enough. we going? Oh, right. Okay. North of Dallas. Okay. User will be safer. Gotcha. All right, we're just gonna warp on down, get a little bit closer. I do that every time. Every time I click the wrong thing. All right, we'll just do it this way. And on down to the broom. No, not the broom. I'm gonna head up on this way. There we go. City it's dramatically in hurricanes is safer, yeah. That's fair enough. Silence will avail you naught, sir. Ah, Lux, I was just about to summon you. As you can see, we have identified a suspect. We found this man loitering near the remains of one of the stricken buildings. According to eyewitnesses, he was also present before the fires broke out. We wished to have words. He did not, so we insisted. Let me go, damn it! You've got me all wrong! My, but you reek of oil. And are those burns on your hands? An occupational hazard, I suppose. But tell me, does arson pay well? I'm a victim. You imbecile, look at me! Aye, that you are, after a fashion. You should know that your pious patron has already spun us a delightful yarn about how his pet mongrels slipped the leash and set about burning half the city to the ground. Not very noble of him, I grant you. But then, these highborn types rarely do show loyalty to their pets. In fact, he called you a rabbit. He called you rabid and begged us put you down. That's bollocks! He's the one who told me to keep going. Even a sinner in such as me could find salvation in the Fury's work, he said. I'd leave it behind. Tried to. With all my heart. Said my prayers every day like a good man. But he came to me. He came to me! And there you have it. Hilda, would you be so kind as to escort our friend to the congregation? Ugh. Aye. So long as you don't mind me, mind if he's implying, if he's limping when he gets there. Woo. Figured it out eventually. Thank you. I appreciate that. That was incredible, Thancred. But how did you know he would confess? Well, I've seen his like before. A troubled soul manipulated by men of power and wielded as a weapon. I could not be certain, of course, but given the stakes, I thought it worth the risk. And if our captive had called your bluff? Oh, must we entertain hypotheticals? The world is, as it is vexing enough. Thank you, Thancred. Whether by luck or judgment, we have at last confirmed that these arsons were orchestrated by a person or persons of influence. I think it best that we now return to the congregation and discuss how to proceed. There was a time where I had considered pursuing some voiceover work in the past, but man, it's one of those things where it's difficult because when you are paid to voice things, you have to say things that you, well, have to. You could potentially limit yourself by not wanting to take certain gigs. Either you don't think the material is very good, or you just don't agree with it, and so you don't want to lend your voice to it. And it's a hard thing to try to get into, I think, to be able to voice something of worth, because, you know, you gotta just voice every last ad if you want to, you know, keep food on the table, you know? So. But it is fun. It's fun to do. On behalf of the Holy See of Ishgard, I thank you all. The man you apprehended is being interrogated as we speak, though he fell silent upon realizing that we had not turned his master. He will soon tell us what we wish to know, or what he knows, one way or another. Yikes. Pardon the intrusion, First Commander. Ah, Lord Artariel. Are you come to see your father? He is attending Sir Emmerich in his chambers as present. I am. He bid me to bring this salve. Then do not let me detain you, and thank you for your kindness, my lord. In times of trouble, every man must do his part. Would that I could do more. Straight up just being an errand boy. My Lord Artorial did not seem to be in the best of spirits. 'Tis little wonder, Master Alfino. His father is widely slandered, and his half-brother not yet cold in the grave. Oh, speak the thing. Hey, I could potentially be down for that.
I do not mean to diminish our accomplishments, but until we identify the ones who ordered the fires set, our work is far from finished.
Oh, what am I doing
Between the
again?
various conservative and religious factions in Ishgard, I dare say there's no shortage of parties who would like to see the status quo preserved. Do any likely suspects spring to mind?
Far too many to count.
Lord Commander, your wounds.
Are healing well. Thank you. Time is of the essence. Lest we forget, these men would sooner put their own city to the torch than see it change. When our enemies learn that we have apprehended their arsonist, there is no telling how they will react.
That's fair.
Lord Commander, an armed mob has seized control of the vault.
And now we know. Tell us what happened, sir. Spare no detail.
Now we know.
We were directing refugees into the Basilica, as you ordered, when all of a sudden, men brandishing weapons were all around us. It happened so fast, my lord. We had no time to respond. They've taken the refugees hostage and barricaded themselves inside the vault.
And they sent you to deliver their demands.
They, the true brothers of the faith, demand that a conclave to select the next archbishop be held forthwith. Furthermore, they declare that you, Lord Commander, are guilty of patricide and high treason, and that you must surrender yourself at once to receive of the Fury's judgment.
ridiculous. I mean, do they honestly think that executing Sir Emmerich would change anything? That the truth will somehow die with him?
These fundamentalists rage against the passing of the old ways, unable to accept there can be no going back.
Given the fanciful nature of their demands, a peaceful resolution does not seem likely. If the hostages are to be rescued, it will be by force, I fear.
Agreed. Lucia, take a contingent of knights and establish a perimeter outside the entrance.
At once, Lord Commander.
Hilda, I need your people out in force throughout the Broom. When word spreads of the situation, the friends and family of the
That's
hostages
okay.
may try to take matters into their own hands. I will not give these militants more targets. I shall lead the assault on the vault. Master Alphino, can I count on the support of the Scions?
Of course.
We are in your debt.
I don't mind the solid protagonist
Join you
thing.
as well, Lord Commander.
Your assistance is most welcome, Lord Atwarel. To arms then, friends. Time is against us.
Oh, Tuarel. Oh my gosh, I've been saying his name wrong the entire time. I'm no good at French. What can I say? I'm just not good at French. And if Dawn Trail's anything to go by, I'm no good at whatever dialect that expansion's based on. Alright, it's time. It's serious business time. Oh, there's my serious business portrait. Crochet's closest. Okay. It's actually really weird because this character is an alt for me, right? My main is a Makote female that I've been playing for years, and it's weird playing a man. Honestly, it's just weird for me. I've like only played women in MMOs for 20 years, but it's been enjoyable. For whatever reason, that's like the best portrait I've been able to come up with. Just press all the buttons. Oh, I have Grisco's nice. Alright. Wait, did that not? Okay. That's fair. Oh, I see. Okay. Like, where are we going? Sometimes you just can't tell what they want you to do. Oh, this way, right? It's almost like we're just doing the dungeon. tank.
Down with you!
Yeah, I main Dancer on my other character, but going more melee with this guy. Thought it might be a nice change of pace. White Mage, nice. I enjoy White Mage. I think on my... Well, certainly I got everything to 90 at the very least. I'm working on everything to 100. But, yeah, I enjoy White Mage. It's fun. Yeah, I getcha. And if you have anything like on Eorzea collection or something like that, you can feel free to drop a link to that. Whoops. There we go. Oh, that's fair. Yep.
You underestimate me.
Yeah. It certainly is a good place to store picks, that's for sure. Wait. I like suddenly think like Imgur was supposed to be taken. Wasn't Imgur like gonna go offline? Or are they still set to go offline? The second Discord just for holding that, that's fair. Yeah. I use I have my own server just for putting up just notes and things like that. Sir Simonard, lay down your arms and release the hostages, and you will be shown mercy. I give you my word. Ha! The word of a heretic and his kinslayer. I would sooner trust a dragon. Activate. Yep. Activate the knights! Like they're robots or something. We shall show the hostages the same mercy he showed the Archbishop. Okay. Oh, they are robots. That's egg on my face. Fair enough, man. Fair enough. Oh, let me gather myself for a second. Unlike you, Sir Emmerich, I'm a man of honor. By my hand you shall receive the Fury's judgment. So it is to be a trial, then. Lord I'm gonna keep calling him Artorial, because I don't remember how it's pronounced. Lux, leave us and save the hostages. I will deal with Sir Simonard. Sure. Down this way. Artorial, yeah. Up to what? There was, I don't know. It was. Emmerich said it weird last time I heard him. I guess it could be hitting positionals there, but oh well. It's fine. More Artoirel. Yeah, Artoirel. I think it's kind of how he pronounced it. Which is... I don't know. I assume it's French. If not French-ish. I should run. Wait. Is it not this way? Is it this way? It's French? Yeah, I thought so. You never know in Fantasyland, though. They might get you with like, well, it's French-esque. Well, I can't target anyone here. It's like I'm not supposed to be here. Elves and her friends, yeah. It's a convenient sort of thing to do, right? Where you just sort of like grab a. I'm gonna lose this thing because I'm running around. I don't know where I'm going. You grab like a culture or just like a language or whatever, and then you attach it to like your fantasy thing, and then you're like, there. It's like that. It must be. Oh, it's like on the other side over here. That's why I'm missing it. Okay. This poor guy's getting wailed on, and I'm just running around looking at my GPS. I really need them to like have a cutscene. By them, I just mean like in general. There needs to be a cutscene that happens at some point where someone actually uses rays as part of the story. I lost one. Shoot. Yeah, you're right, I did, didn't I? Crap. Is it... Not back over here. He's dead. Well, unlucky. So this is just gonna fail out then? Oh, Amaric's almost dead. Oops. I mean, Amaric's about to die. Yeah, no. Duty failed because I spent too much time running around trying to figure out where I'm going. All right. Now, a lot of times when I fail these things, I just go through them back on very easy, but I only failed because I just didn't realize where I was supposed to go. We'll play through normally. And pretend this is the first time. Part of me thinks I should like try more like duty support as well for stuff, just to kind of get the experience of it. Just this once everybody lives, yeah. Yeah. Man, it's been so long since I've seen that season of Doctor Who. It's been forever. Oh, I thought it was gonna go up and over the... Okay. Didn't like Eccleston? Yeah, I can agree with that. He's not my favorite. He's not the worst. Called him Dr. Buzzcott. Yeah. I think too the writing that season was just kind of okay. They were figuring themselves out. So like, oh yeah, is he? I don't know. I try to pay as little attention to actors in real life as possible. No matter what they have to say, it's usually better left unsaid. Was that? Wow, that's kind of a jerk move, but also kind of glad he just went ahead and said it, I guess, in some ways, right? Instead of just like coming back and causing drama. I don't know. Hey, we got 10 anyway, so doesn't really matter. Did we sound like quite liked? Matt Smith I thought was pretty good. I liked him. And then I kind of just stopped watching after, well, not after Matt Smith, but like I didn't watch like the last couple of like the last season or so. I can't remember how much there is. It's just one of those things where I caught up and then I just stopped watching. What's RTD canned and booted? Oh, okay. Eh.
You underestimate me.
I don't know. I think for me, I'm still like it's mind blank. Fourth Doctor, Tom Baker, is still my favorite. I love how just condescending and smarmy he is. Ah, that's unfortunate. Yeah, bad writing is never fun. Really? Hey, you know what? To each their own. Everyone gets their own taste, and that's what's nice about Doctor Who is that the character's been played so many times that you can take your pick. All right, I'm gonna skip this because we just went through this previously. Yo, I get it. I get it. That was back when you had Douglas. No, wait, Douglas Adams. Yeah, as like a writer on the show as well. Click. There we go. And I love Douglas Adams. He is fantastic. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Very unfortunate. That's fair. Everyone's got their own tastes. It especially hit me at like at the right age, I think, as well when I came across it. So. Yeah, I could see that being an issue. But I guess it's one of those things where it really was just the journey, right? It was just the journey and the characters. It's not really much. There's no real point to be told. But yeah, I can understand not really being satisfied by that. I'm very frequently not satisfied by that in other stories as well, so I get that. Oh, this dude just came at me.
This knight does not yield.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I can see being upset about with Stephen King as well. I'd say that's probably another was one of those ones where yeah, I get that. Oh man. I have never destroyed a book. I will say that. I've never I don't even like writing in books. Like writing notes in the margins, I don't know. Underlining things? No. Can't do it. High school? Fair. I can't even like throw out a magic card. It's real bad.
Where is he? Where is he?
Oh, neat.
Come no closer!
But I can jump.
You have nowhere to run. Release the girl and surrender.
Surrender to whom? The blasphemer who throws wide the gates to our enemy? Who breaks bread with him and calls him brother? Ungodly swine! I would sooner die than surrender to you.
But Haloni's rendered judgment. We've won.
Godly to spill the blood of an innocent child? To burn the homes of your brothers? Tell me, priest, is that godly?
Do not speak to me of godliness, heathen! Your father's blood is on your hands.
Technically my
That is
hands.
hers.
Just saying. I did it. It was me. That facial expression. Oh my gosh. That was something. I'm sure I was laughing a lot less at this when it was happening for the first time. Should I say when I was watching it for the first time? But man, the cinematography for this is so good. Very well directed scene. Love it.
What? But I...
Not gonna lie, I'm tearing up a little bit.
Vidofne!
There's nothing I love more than saving children.
Well met, knight. Mayhap I chose an inopportune moment?
Not at all. Pray forgive us this most unworthy reception. We are honored to have you with us, and right glad of your aid.
Fortune delivered the child unto me. I had but to receive her.
Thank you for saving me.
Thou art welcome, child.
Yeah, man. What can I even add to that? Oh yeah, nice.
Never did I think to be indebted to so unexpected a savior. But full glad am I to be so.
Friend of Izel, warrior of warriors, I had hoped to meet with thee. I bear a message from my sire.
From Gracefelder.
Upon returning to our lands, Nidhogg's shade did sing unto his brood, and they for skies unknown did then take wing. This thou must know, for your fates are inextricably bound.
What of Estinian? Is he truly lost to us?
Such matters are beyond my ken. I but bear my father's words. Take from them what thou wilt. Fare you well, mortals.
So, wait, that's it? You weren't gonna, like, discuss any kind of... Okay. No peace treaties.
So it is as they say then. A great white dragon swooped down from the heavens to rescue an innocent child.
A most unexpected turn of events, but not an unwelcome one. The people will not soon forget this day.
I could have done it.
Yet how will they choose to remember it, Sir Emmerich?
That's true.
And will these events serve to bring man and dragon closer together, or drive a deeper wedge between brothers? After 1,000 years, the world these men once knew is changing, and with ungentle swiftness to boot. Though their actions are misguided, their sentiments are only to be expected. You may be sure that others will rally to their cause. I share your desire for lasting peace with the Javanians, I do. But I would not see it built on the bones of our countrymen.
He's so good.
Nor on our own.
Just rest in peace, man.
I see much of horsifying you, and I could not bear to mourn the passing of another son.
Lord Edmund.
It's just that character is just so like intertwined with that tragedy as well. It just, I don't know, it just adds another layer to it, to the whole thing, and have him unfortunately no longer with us. This has been a day of surprises, has it not? 'Tis but a pity that Vidofnir could not stay longer. Yes, I think it's fair to say that she timed her departure rather less well than her arrival. Well-timed scarcity does it justice. But 1 moment later would have been 1 moment too late. Let us pray that the Ishgardians who yet harboured doubts will take these events to heart and accept the truth of Sir Emmerich's words. Well, 'tis only meet that I should inform Tataru of what's occurred here. If you have need of me, I shall be at Fortor Manor. Allow me to accompany you. Tataru will never forgive me if I left her left the Rising Stones without saying goodbye. There's another reason why we need voice refs. I lose them sometimes. A moment, Lux. I wish a word. Tell me, does Thancred seem quite well to you? He got on well enough with Hilda. Of that, I have no doubt. His time in the wilderness did not deprive him of his charm. But that is neither here nor there. What concerns me is his etheric flow, which I fear has been irreparably disrupted. As a result, I strongly suspect that his ability to manipulate ether has been compromised. Simply put, Thancred may no longer be able to wield magics. It would explain much. It would do much to explain why he chose to remain in the wilderness instead of seeking us out. He would have been compelled to rely solely on traditional methods of travel, significantly prolonging his journey. And when he learned that a nearby beast tribe was making preparations to summon a primal, it may well have seemed more sensible to wait. But this is still little more than speculation. Until I have proof, pray speak no word of it. Right then. I should be on my way. Kryl may have charmed Master Matoya for now, but who can say how long it will last? Absolutely. Yeah. It's always great seeing him. Yeah, sure. Yeah, if you just jump in the Discord and just pop him on over there, I would potentially be interested. Okay, let's see. This should be about wrapping up the patch. And that's probably where we're going to go ahead and leave it for today, since after a couple of hours of voicing things, it's always like, okay, I need time to rest.
That Vidofnir should chance to arrive even as the girl fell. Truly, I could not have planned it better myself.
Ah, good. We were afraid you might have left.
A shield, my lord?
Fit for a true knight. An expression of our gratitude to you and yours. Long overdue.
Yeah.
But there is something else I would discuss ere you part. Something which cannot leave this room. My father will soon step down as head of our house.
Shock!
Sir Emmerich was not the only one to fall under suspicion following the death of the Archbishop. There are some who believe my father complicit in a coup d'etat. Thus he intends to renounce his title to absolve our house of suspicion and secure the support of our peers.
Surely there must be another way to convince houses Durandare and Zamail.
So I said to him. Alas, he will not budge. Ever since I was a child, I knew that I would one day succeed my father. The thought of it filled me with pride. Yet once I learned the day was at hand, my heart was filled with naught but dread. Our legacy is built upon the lies of our forefathers. In accepting this title, am I not perpetuating this injustice? Why should I become the next count?
A knight lives to serve.
You sound just like him. I suspect that is what Horschiffon would have said. To aid those in need. When you look on that shield, I trust you will remember his words. And should I once more find my resolve wavering, I ask that you show me the way. You were a brother to Haurchefort. Will you be a brother to me as well? Come, Manelaine. There's much to be done. For Father, and for Sir Emmerich, and for Ishgard.
Not even a word. Wow. Okay, dude. Yeah, you get those nice close-ups on those ears, man.
To think we share the same blood. Pray excuse us.
Those were the days of promises and vows, of tentative first steps into an uncertain future. A future shaped by the choices we made, in ways we could never have foreseen. Born of good and evil, of light and darkness, and shepherded by our hand. Be it for weal,
wait, what happened?
Be it
Hang
for
on.
woe.
Oh, hang on, I see it. Whoops. Lord. Yeah. Oh, you get the one to Haurchefort. That's nice. I didn't even think I had auto mod set up. That's weird. I'll look into that later. This is thy proof. The Garun Oracles, Apocrypha. Oh, I don't know who's speaking. Crud, I don't know who to talk as. Oh well, it's fine. It is a truth long forgotten, a tale of the beginning, and of the path we have been set upon. Oh, it's... Of course. Delibus, right. Should have realized. Also, it could have just said Elidibus! Our fates were ordained long ago, Archon. The Garleans are no exception. Not the Triad. You know what must be done. No. You're not wrong. Let's see these two for the first time again. Well, everyone has their orders. The masks will attack as soon as all units are in position. The Imperials won't know what hit them. I fear it will be bloody. By Ralga, it had better be. We cannot stay here forever, Ida. We have our other responsibilities. I know full well what my responsibilities are, and I mean to fulfill them. Every one. All right, some good stuff. Some good stuff. So there we are. That was 3.1. I don't remember what the number was. But that was 3.1. I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up here. Thanks so much for watching. If you're watching the VOD on YouTube, you know the drill. Subscribe, like the video, drop a comment. We'll see you later.